You want it? You got it. Reality radio done right. No nonsense, real and raw, just like you like it.
He's corrupt, he's inexperienced, and he lies.
Broadcasting from a broom closet in the Arizona Lotus Studios, it's Beef Vegan Presents.
Yo, welcome back to the show. It's Beef Vegan Presents live on Rocco 2.1 KFMA, streaming worldwide at KFMA.com on this beautiful Tuesday, September 20th. Good morning, Powers.
Good morning, Beef.
And good morning, Weirdo.
Good morning to both of you.
Good morning, all of you out there in Tucson. Thank you for tuning into the show. We got a great show lined up for you today. A lot of things to cover, lots of things to give away. In fact, actually, I'm going to be giving away my first pair of tickets here in just a couple minutes. And I'll tell you what tickets I'm going to give away here momentarily, as I just had a call from a listener. Shout out Trek, who gave me the heads up. He was courteous enough, give me the heads up saying, hey, I won tickets yesterday, but I'm not going to be able to make the show. You want to give them out to somebody else? And I'm like, hell yeah, Trek.
Nice.
Will do. So that's what we're going to be doing here in a couple minutes. Later on in the show, we're going to be talking with the CEO of AEW. For you wrestling marks out there, you know that's Tony Khan. For the rest of you guys, yeah, you may not be interested, but Tony Khan's been going through a ton of drama, stress, so like his backstory right now of everything that he's dealing with as a businessman is so interesting and appealing, across genres. It's a mainstream like problem he has, like or owning and organizing a corporation, right? Yeah. Dealing with massive egos, money, everything else, and then the internal strife that goes on to put on the show. That's show business, right? Now, Tony Khan was a guy who's, born with a silver spoon. His dad's a billionaire, owns the Jacksonville Jaguars, Jaguars, amongst many other things. And, Tony's grew up a wrestling fan and ended up convincing his dad to loan him a little bit of money to open up his own federation, which he did. And they are competing with the WWE, and they're on TNT, and they have all this great big business stuff happening. But, of course, with that new experience of going and opening and starting a business with so many different personalities and people.
Yeah, it's a locker room. That's what you got to remember. In addition to entertainment, it's sports.
Yes.
And boy, the testosterone's flowing back there, huh?
Yeah.
100%. So, even just like with my mom's casino company, I was just talking to a couple clients for a fundraiser that we're going to do down here in a little bit. And I said, this would be the perfect company if we didn't have to rely on people.
Yep.
It's the people are the variable that you can never predict or, be able to control. You could do your best in training them and respecting them and showing them the way. But at the end of the day, they're going to make their own decisions and they could F everything up. And, that's seems like the situation that Tony is in today. And it's going to be interesting to talk with him because he hasn't really talked to the press.
No.
I am stoked about that. But we're going to get into that in the 7 o'clock hour. First, you guys recall, do you know this theme? Does this sound familiar to you? I love this theme, by the way. Does that strike a chord with you? You guys recall? All right. What do you where's it from?
I have no idea.
Okay. So you don't have to lie. If you don't know, it's fine.
It's familiar.
Weirdo.
I mean, it sounds lovely, but I have no idea.
This is the theme song, the instrumental that was played off a podcast that was huge into bringing podcasts into the mainstream. About 10 years ago, there was a podcast called Serial that was released. Now, Serial documented a murder mystery case of someone who was potentially wrongfully arrested. His name was Adnan Syed, right? And the backstory, they were in Maryland. He was in high school. Adnan was dating this girl. And then all of a sudden, this girl mysteriously shows up in the woods, found dead, right? And they accused him, being a Muslim man, Muslim teenager, gangster at the time. This was like the mid-90s. Of committing the murder. Now, he's sworn that he never committed the murder. And there was a lot of, evidence that kind of contradicted itself. Like the police case itself, was full of holes. And that's what this podcast was all about. It was a murder mystery, but really it was a who done it and who didn't do it.
Okay.
Now, when Serial first came out about a decade ago, it caught a lot of people's attention. And again, this was before podcasts were in our vernacular.
Yeah.
So it became the biggest podcast on the planet. And then afterwards, they even did an HBO series on this. Yes. Well, the reason why I'm bringing this up is because after 22 years in prison, yesterday afternoon, Adnan Syed was released from jail.
Wow.
And his murder conviction has been overturned.
Wow.
Yes. So this podcast led to the freedom of an innocent man. 22 years later. Now, at this point, he's already been institutionalized. His life is effed, but now he's finally out and free.
Right.
And it's pretty amazing to see for all you Serial fans out there. I know a lot of people, their first experience with podcasts was this Serial podcast. And it was a really cool NPR-ish murder mystery type of listen. And really, it was all about this theme music. That's what did it. I wish I would play this theme music every single day.
It's good.
Oh, it's amazing. But I think it's copywritten now. But it just says slow. I do love it.
I wonder what change in the world our broadcast will bring.
Nah, we're just gonna dumb people down. We're the Idiocracy podcast, and that's fine. That's what my purpose is on this planet. I had a vision. The Jesus.
Yeah.
Jesus.
He came down from the heavens above while I was sleeping, and he said, "Beef, I have a mission for you." And he's like, yes, the Jesus. And he's like, everyone on the planet's way too smart. They know way too much about politics. All of them, all your relatives, we know way too much. They've done their own research. So what I need you to do is make them laugh and dumb them down. Make them drool when they walk. That is your mission on this planet. And I said, hold my beer, Jesus, because I was drinking.
Were you really drunk? I'm pretty sure that was Jesus, and that's just a friend of ours. I don't know what you're talking about.
You don't have any Mexican friends. Don't lie. All right. Let's get right into this. Okay. Two things are going to start things off. Okay. I have a pair of tickets. All right. That is our broadcast open. Good morning, everybody.
Morning.
All right. Let me just boot this and stop this here. Boop. And yes, Powers does have a Mexican friend named Jesus. So
Jesus Otamende, he's the best.
Oh, there you go. Look at you name dropping. Pick it back up. All right, and good morning, Weirdo. Let's get Weirdo next.
Okay.
Okay, so we'll do the tease here in about a minute 35. We have the AEW Tony Khan interview that we're going to play in the broadcast. And good morning, everybody. Keep those comments coming and reactions. I got some videos to share with you. In fact, actually, I got one right now. This happened on an airplane. There was a pilot who was saying thanks to his final flight. It was his final flight. Oh, that's not
that's sweet.
Yeah, isn't that sweet? Someone could go out on their own terms.
He was retiring, right? He's not just some suicidal maniac.
Right.
Well, just don't get ahead of me here.
Oh.
You dick. Okay. Let's
Wait a minute.
Yeah, let's play this here.
This is your captain speaking.
How many people here
Just depressed.
were born before 1976? Oh, we got a lot of old people on this plane. Give me a minute here because I just want to say
we got a lot of old people on this plane.
Right.
So this next statement's not going to be that devastating to most of you.
1976.
Because that's what I want. I want my pilot to start crying before he takes off.
That's what I'm so
Fantastic.
terrible.
I took my first training flight in the Air Force. So 43 years later and 8 different airplanes and about 10 to 12,000 flights and 25,000 hours of flying. Glad to have you here on my last flight.
Which is now going to be all your last flights.
Right.
Fuck you all, American Airlines.
And they're playing the music from Up in the background, really trying to get the heartstrings going.
Yes, Rocco 2.1 KFMA. Welcome back to Beef Vegan Presents. We are hanging out here on the broadcast, which is live, youtube.com/Beef Vegan, or any of our Facebook pages. And I say any of them, I mean all of them, and of course, we're on Twitch at Beef Vegan Presents. Coming up next, we're going to get weird with Weirdo. Plus, BuzzFeed put together a list of reasons why parents hate their kids. I want to go through some of these because some of them are super relatable. And then I feel like some of you out there could probably add to the list, like Reason number 7, their face. I hate their face. All right, so we're going to be breaking that down. Plus, we'll be playing our interview with Tony Khan in its entirety on the podcast broadcast. All that more coming up after Lincoln Park's Crawling on Rock 102.1 KFMA, so don't go away. Clear. All right, so that's our tease, and then we're going to Weird with Weirdo next. You have that story going on, which I felt like was a good story for you.
Yes.
It's in the ballpark.
All
And,
right.
I asked you this question before. How many partners is your max cap? And I think you're at your max cap of partners
Yeah, this is it.
because you're in the poly cube.
Yep.
Yeah, but you say that now until you meet another couple that are just fantastic and just click with all of you guys, and then you turn into a six,
softball team.
no, 6 people. So, that's starting lineup of a basketball team with a
There you
6-man. Yeah.
Mhm.
So things like that.
That's why someone could sit on the bench and catch their breath.
Yeah. Someone's got to be the coach.
Yeah.
So,
A lot of good hustle out there. Let's see. There you go. Go get them. Slap on the ass.
yeah,
Right.
we're going to get weird with Weirdo. It's going to be along those lines. So that would be good. But yes, you're happy with your cube
Yes.
and you think 4 is enough.
It's good.
Yeah.
It's good.
How do I convince my girlfriend to be poly?
No.
How do I
That's
convince
not
her
how
to
you
bring
start.
like a couple girls into the mix?
Well, first of all, is your girl attracted to other girls?
Yeah, I mean, get her drunk enough. She went
She's
through her.
bisexual?
Yeah, she's
Oh, got it.
bisexual. She went to college. So
Okay.
yeah. So we've had that.
Okay.
I don't know if she's into tacos, but they're delicious. And it
Okay.
is Tuesday.
How about this question?
Okay, please.
You're asking how to convince your girlfriend to be poly. Have you ever thought about the other angle? What if she wants to be with other dudes?
Fuck your face, weirdo.
Just look at that. Checkmate.
How dare
Every
you?
time.
I mean, that's you're
That's the
like
stereotype. Dudes are
that is
totally into it.
completely inconsiderate of the question. Seriously.
Gotcha.
Kind of
bitch.
weird ass fucking
Not weird.
scenario is that. All
God
right.
forbid a woman would also possibly be in other men. God.
That's
So, how
that's
drunk do
rude.
you have to be on a vacation down when you go to Mexico,
right.
where
I've
you
gotten
and
pretty drunk in
another?
Mexico. I've been to Mexico, Rocky Point, probably like 3 dozen times. Probably blacked out a good, 10 times and never woke up with a dick in my mouth. So, I'm 100% through all of my crazy adventures in Rocky Point.
That you can remember.
Yeah,
No,
just because you didn't wake up doesn't mean it didn't happen.
Trust me. No, trust me. I would have friends that would love to wake me up with that information. Right. So that's never happened.
Just saying, it could be you and another male with your girl. You don't have to interact with the male.
Eiffel Tower stuff. Yeah, no, you
Yeah.
still end up inadvertently making eye contact, and that's a boner killer for
You
me.
just don't make eye contact.
I've done the male female before with good friends of mine, and still weird.
I
Weird.
mean, both-
And then you've accidentally like bump cocks. It's a weird thing, and it's
And then you accidentally start kissing each other, and it just gets so weird.
don't make it gay. Let's run here. Rock 102.1 KFMA. Welcome back to Beef Vegan Presents. We're back live, and it's time to get weird with Weirdo. Weirdo, what do you got for us this morning?
I mean, this one's a doozy. I mean, this is like Days of Our Lives, Saudi Arabia style.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. I like that soap opera. Unpack it for me. What
All
we got?
right. So, a 65-year-old man from Saudi Arabia recently became the talk of the town after it was revealed that he married no less than 53 different women in his search for stability.
Oh, stable, like stability, 53 different women, and he was trying to be stable during that.
Mhm.
I mean, getting in a relationship with one woman makes your life pretty unstable for most.
Yeah.
Right.
So 53, that's just insane. So this is his theory. Why?
Well, he married his first wife when he was only 20.
Okay,
She was 6 years older than him. And for a time,
nice.
that was all he needed. He was good.
Right.
They had some children together and everything was going well. But then problems started happening in his life. And they said, you know what? Let's get married again while still married to the other woman.
So he met
Mhm.
another woman, married
Mhm.
and married another woman.
Yep.
So in Saudi Arabia, I feel like you would get beheaded for this kind of stuff, right? I mean, they're
believe
very.
I
Or
believe
you-
it's legal.
Just allowed to do that.
Yeah, you're allowed to do that.
Oh,
Remember, he's not the woman.
oh, yes, you're right.
Yep.
And he's not divorcing either, so it's
Nope.
all fair game. So he can marry again.
Yep.
So then he married another woman, and then he married another woman, and he just kept going
Yep.
down.
How many kids does he have?
Oh, that I could not figure out, but I'm going to assume a lot.
Yikes.
Yeah.
What's the ratio in Saudi Arabia where a guy can get 53 wives and they keep saying yes? I mean, at some point you could probably hide a wife. You might be able to hide 2 wives, but you're not going to be able to hide 20 wives, right?
Again, you're speaking as American. Do you think he needs to hide? He just says, yes, I want another.
Right.
And
They
then
just
that's
stay
what they
home.
do.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I mean,
Okay.
so, I mean, well, there was divorces. It's not like he was consistently married to the 53 women.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
I thought he had a
Yeah.
harem going
No,
on.
he did not have a
Oh.
harem. So he took that 3rd wife, then a 4th, and then it got worse because he needed to divorce the 1st and the 2nd wives because they all started arguing. all
Oh,
the
yeah.
women.
Oh, well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Women be doing that.
Yeah. I mean, we're really good at it. So, and he is insisting that none of these marriages were a joke, even though one only lasted for one night.
Oh,
Oh.
one night marriage. That's
Yeah. Had a
One
Britney
night
Spears.
Yeah.
Britney
Mhm.
Spears and that all over the place. So, he just wanted to find somebody to make him happy, and he just could not find it.
How'd
All
you
right.
find someone to marry him just that night? Like they met, he went, got a ring. That's probably maybe an American tradition too. I'm not sure. And then gets married, but then
I
does
don't
he
know.
make it through the morning?
Yeah, I
No?
feel like there's going to be way too many questions. What's the conclusion of the story? So we found out about this guy and his 53 wives, but
Yeah.
what's the summary? What's the point?
I mean, he didn't reveal whether he's found the one or not, but he did say that he is now married to just one woman and he does not plan to ever remarry again.
He
Okay,
found stability.
sounds like the one.
I
Yeah.
think he found the one.
Well, you know what? I mean, we couldn't necessarily like attack or deuce all over his method because the results, they speak for themselves. So yeah, 53 wives, it sucks, but he really just was looking for stability. And eventually, after all that time, he found it. So good for him.
Yeah, after
No?
43 years,
Yeah.
that's too much.
Never give up.
Yeah.
Never give up, never surrender.
That's right.
All those honeymoons too. He's got to be a billionaire. If not, he's nothing but gray.
I was assuming he was some sort of Saudi prince.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But nope. All right, we're gonna keep the conversation moving. When we come back, we're gonna break down BuzzFeed's list of why parents hate their children and see if we can add to it. It's coming up next. Rock 102.1 KFMA. Clear. All right.
I mean, like, I have all my 43?
43.
Oh, Lord.
I know.
No, 53. Sorry, it was over 43 years. 53.
Right.
Yeah. So he was marrying chicks. Like he just rotating through. Like it'd be dating, just like if
Right.
you were dating somebody. You just married everybody you dated. If you married everybody you dated, how many people would you have married?
It's definitely like we're up to, you're past 60.
Yeah.
Probably.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. So Rico beat that with 106.
Like I'm wondering, I'm like, I don't know. And I'm just doing math quick because I was trying to math it out. I'm like, yeah, it's easily that many because I've hooked up with that many people, but then also there's ones you didn't hook up with. So who knows?
Yeah. No, and I'm not even counting the hookups. I'm just saying just the dates of who you end up talking to, not the ones you end up banging.
Yeah.
I mean,
No.
I count my second husband as the one night stand that lasted 6 years.
Oh, good for
Yeah, because
him.
we got married after being together like 55 days.
Yeah.
We eloped.
Ooh.
Huge mistake.
Your ex-husband.
I do not recommend it.
Yeah. No, you're talking
My
about your
second ex.
ex-husband. Yeah,
Yeah.
your second ex.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that will happen.
My
What
20s
made you
were wild.
what made you want to marry him? Like, was it that?
He was the hot guy at the bar that could play guitar and rode motorcycles.
Oh, that's what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. The
Yeah.
guitar. And then in hindsight, could he even play that good?
Not really.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, no.
Yeah. He's
A
got
lot
like
of rhythm
three,
guitar.
Yeah, 3 chords. Yeah,
Yeah.
all rhythm.
Yep.
And no lead.
Correct.
Fucking chump. And you married that guy.
22.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. We all make mistakes. I
Yeah.
was 22 before. Guess how many times I got married? 0. Oh, I did have a kid though.
Yeah. I had 4.
Yeah.
Good God.
Yeah. All right. That's fair too.
I get it. I'm a bigger whore than you. It's fine.
I know it's fine. Yeah. And that's great. You've had more fun. When you
I
say
have had a
bigger
lot of
horror,
fun.
yeah, you say bigger horror to me, that just sounds like a better time.
Mhm.
So congratulations to you.
Do I get a trophy?
I mean, you got trophies.
Yeah.
I
the-
do.
the
They share the
children.
bed. Oh yeah. All right, I'm trying to find a good image of Tony Khan to be able to pop up on the full screen so we could do this interview that we did earlier, which is good. We asked him some good questions and we let him, speak his spiel. And since he's showing us love, we'll return that favor and be able to post on the internet because the internet loves wrestling talk. It really does.
It's true.
But earlier this morning, we had our good friend Rocco in studio. This pizza, it's back there. Phenomenal as always, right? It's just so good. And it's the spinach artichoke dip pizza.
Yeah.
And
Julia's.
it's named after Julia. Yes.
That was really sweet. That's really sad, but to be able to turn around and honor somebody like that.
Yes.
Cool.
So Julia, unfortunately, she was an employee of Rocco's for years and unexpectedly passed away.
Yeah.
And yeah, it was devastating and surprising to everybody that worked at Rocco's. And the one thing you hear a lot about Rocco's is A, he takes care of his employees very well.
Yeah.
And B, like everyone that works there is like family. He really created that atmosphere. The reputation precedes him. And I'm not just saying this because he was just in. Like I've heard this behind the scenes before he's even been around and hooking us up. So it's great that Rocco is that close. But that's the flip side to that. You're so close to your employees.
Yeah.
It's a devastating loss.
It is.
So to be able to show love by honoring
It's the
former
pizza
employee.
she created.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which is cool.
Yeah. And then both Powers and I had a slice.
Like spinach artichoke sold. Like as a pizza, that's one of the best things I've
And
easily.
so cheesy and so good. It's
It
like
smelled delicious.
Yeah.
So much garlic.
It's so good. I wanted to punch my mama. I
good.
did. I just wanted to be like, you didn't know shit about pizza. Wham. It's National Punch Day too. So, all right.
Punch day and pepperoni.
But if you missed it, we showed the pizza a little bit and played around a tap out earlier this morning with Rocco, and it went a little something like this. Check it out.
Yeah.
With like giant guys on knives with a weapon.
That's right.
Pretty
Rocco is talking about his love for live hockey games. It's Rocco on 2.1 KFMA. We're hanging out with Rocco from Rocco's Little Chicago Pizza, which is located on Broadway. And first and foremost, congratulations on the wrapping up of construction directly in front of Rocco's for the last
That's
3
right.
decades. The fact that you survived a pandemic and this in construction,
Full millennia of construction.
it seemed like
Millennium.
forever, right?
Yeah.
But you grinded through and you made it. And really, it's a testament to the love that your customers have for your product. And they, no matter how inconvenient it was, they made sure to get their fix.
Dude,
and
they were
that's good.
driving down a dirt road for like half a mile to get to my place at one point. So
Isn't that amazing?
God bless you all, people.
Serious.
Seriously, man.
And we're going to be showing on the podcast broadcast stream because we're about to get into tap out. So if you want to try to get some free pizza, now's the time to call 600 KFMA. Our trivia theme today is Chicago, all things Chicago, because Rocco's Chicago's Little Chicago Pizza. Now, this is the pizza of the month, the deep dish of the month.
Or
But
half
you can
of
get
it.
this as, because Powers and I.
We'll give you the
Tristan
full
destroyed it.
pizza. this time.
Now, is this available in a thin crust as well?
Yes, it is.
Yes. And remind me the name of it again. It's the spinach artichoke dip. It's
Yeah,
Julia's.
it's Julia's artichoke dip pizza.
Yes. So if you like spinach artichoke dip and you like deep dish pizza, imagine if they had a baby and that
Right.
baby was delicious. That's exactly
And
what
it was
this is.
in a crust.
Yes.
For you, for your ease of use.
Yes. All right. Oh, let's get ready to give away some gift certificates, shall we? 600 KFMA, 600-5362. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Tap Out.
The only game where you can quit and win. Think you have what it takes to last 5 rounds? Let's find out. Beef Vegan presents Tap Out.
Quick heads up to our prize pigs out there. If you've won a Tap Out gift certificate recently, you are ineligible. We got to spread the love here so you can't eat all of the delicious gift certificates that we're giving away. So it's simple. Whoever answers the first question correctly is going to be our contestant. And then every question they can answer correctly after that, they're going to get a $20 gift certificate to Rocco's Little Chicago Pizza. But if they get the answer wrong or tap out, that means we'll have leftover gift certificates to give away to our scavengers for you to call 600 KFMA.
And it's only 5 seconds, right?
5 seconds per question.
Don't forget to tap out, people. This happens every time.
Yep.
You forget.
Exactly. And that's very important, especially if you get a couple right. You got like $60 in gift certificates all racked up, and then you just blow it all. Rock 1 2.1, who's this?
This is Merlin.
Merlin?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Like the wizard?
You like the wizard. All right, here we go. So, Merlin, you're going to have 5 seconds to answer this question after Rocco asks it. Okay? Rocco, go ahead.
All right, you ready, Merlin? Chicago,
Yep.
Illinois is located at the south end of which of the 5 U.S. Great Lakes?
I lose. I tap out.
Right.
I know everyone. I don't know the Great Lakes.
All right, thanks for trying, Merlin. You can still be a scavenger. Let's go to the next phone line. Rock 1 2.1, who's this?
Steve.
All right, Steve. You're going to get 5 seconds to answer this question. Go ahead and ask it there, Rocco.
Chicago, Illinois is located at the south end of which of the 5 U.S. Great Lakes?
Michigan.
Yes.
That is correct. All right. Now, Steve is our contestant for Tap Out. He just banked himself a $20 gift certificate to Rocco's Little Chicago Pizza. How many gift certificates is Steve going to get? We're going to find out after Bush's Glycerin. So keep it right here. It's Rocco on 2.1 KFMA. We'll find out whether or not we'll have any scavenger gift certificates giveaway, and we'll do that here next. Boom. And clear. All right. So we're back at Tap Out. Rocco on 2.1 KFMA. Welcome back to Beef Vegan Presents. On the phone is Steve. He is our contestant for this round of Tap Out. He answered the first question and is Chicago-themed trivia. For every question he answers correctly, he's going to get another $20 gift certificate to Rocco's Little Chicago Pizza, the best deep dish pizza in Southern Arizona. I'm just going on the record and saying that, and I stand by it.
All right.
All right, Rocco, you ready to ask the next question to Steve?
I am ready.
Here we go. Steve, are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
In 1871, most of Chicago was destroyed in a Great Chicago Fire. Out of the ashes, citizens recreated the town, earning which nickname? Hint, Phoenix was already taken. What's the nickname? What?
Windy City.
Oh, unfortunately, Steve, that was incorrect.
I don't know that one.
You know what? You're going to kick yourself when he tells you the answer because it's something that you probably do know. Rocco, go ahead and reveal the answer.
The answer is Second City. Much like the Improv Group, etc.
Yes. Did you know that, Steve? You've heard of Second City, right?
I did not.
Oh, well, good news for you, Steve, is you got a $20 gift certificate to Rocco's Little Chicago Pizza. There you can pick up the pizza of the month, which is Julia's Spinach Artichoke deep dish pizza. It's delicious. Sorry, I make fun of that because that's your mom, dude.
That is my mom.
Yeah, so stop
Sound like
channeling
Linda.
your mom, dude.
I sound like Linda.
Yeah. Oh, my God. What does your dad say when somebody says something shocking? What the fuck?
No, not at all. He's a straight-laced nerd.
I know, but I'm just pretending. All right. So, welcome back. So, and congratulations to Steve for bombing and only getting $25.
That was a super bomb.
Yeah. And Powers knew that question too. Second City. Yeah.
well,
So
wrestling.
I didn't think it was that hard because of wrestling, because the Second City Saint. I knew
So
it
there you
because
go. But I've heard of Second City and from the comedy.
Right.
Yeah. So, all right. We're 10 seconds away to get on the air here, and we're going to break down what parents hate about their kids. Rock 102.1 KFMA. Welcome back to Beef Vegan Presents. As we're hanging out here with Powers and Weirdo. Now, Powers is not a dad, but he's like everybody's uncle. Weirdo,
Yeah.
you have several kids.
5.
So with 5 kids, I feel like this next list that BuzzFeed put out might resonate with you a little bit. It's relatable. If I was to ask you, and full disclosure, and in all honesty, and your kids are in school right now, so it's fine.
Yeah.
What's something you hate about those little snot-nosed bastards? What would that be?
I mean, you just said it right there. Snot nose. Like, they bring home all the germs. They are just petri dishes.
Yes.
Oh, my
That's
God.
true.
They're so gross.
600 KFMA, 605-362. The question is, what do you secretly hate about your kids? BuzzFeed put together this list, and, like I said, it's very relatable. I'll break down some of the highlights here. Here's number 1 on the list. Your weekends are ruined. Right. So this is especially with little kids. There's no sleeping in when you have kids. And when they're older, then you'll have to shuffle them around to soccer games and stuff. And even if they're lazy, you'll still have to do something, I hear something I hate about my kid. I just had this instance the other day, right? My daughter's inconsiderate about my things, right? So like I buy drinks. I have these like ices. They're called ice. Right, this little carbonated beverage that's 0 calories, supposedly not making you fat, but I'm gaining weight while drinking them. But that's neither here nor there. All right, these mother effers are like $1.25 a piece, right? Yeah. So it's like, you think of it like a soda can, $1.25 a piece. A 6-pack is like $7. It's not cheap.
Yeah.
And so my daughter has a little boyfriend, right? A little 16-year-old boyfriend and his friends. So they stop by the house. She'll run in, go into my fridge, grab up like 4 bottles of water and like my last 2 ices, right? So basically, she grabbed like $5 worth of stuff out of my fridge just to give it to these guys who just stopping by. And be like, what does this look like? A quick trip to you?
Right. The entitlement, the sense of entitlement. Like,
right.
I have two, girls growing up, and the second they got anywhere near my size of anything in my closet, necklaces are gone, shoes are gone. I'm like, I can't find anything.
Yeah, you know what? It's not even you, weirdo. I mean, my clothes are way too big on my daughter. She'll rock them all day long. My favorite sweater, she wears like once a week. Yeah, and I'll never get it back.
Oh my God, it's so awful. And like when I explain, I'm like, it's not your stuff, and they're like, but I put it back. I'm like, yeah, 6 months later.
Right. I used to have, and for people following along, because I've been doing the video podcasting here for a few years now. Yeah. You might have noticed I had a plethora of band tees. I don't have any of them now.
No,
she jacked every single one of my band tees. Because they're like comfy to sleep in. Yeah. Like F you, I like to wear those at nice special events, black tie events. I can't even wear those. All right. Here's another thing that parents secretly hate about their kids. Mindless playing. So when they want you to play with their dolls or action figures with them, and you have to fake like you're having a really fun time.
I cannot relate.
I know you can't. I know.
But,
I'm such a good uncle.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, like I can get into that, but like after a few minutes, I'm like, I could be doing productive things.
The problem is when Powers plays with these kids, the kids will get bored, and he's like, "What are you doing? I still want to play.
Come back."
Just sitting there for an extra hour.
What are you?
I say they make work harder is one thing. All the extra cooking. Mm-hmm. These are things that parents secretly hate about their kids. How touchy-feely kids can be. Sometimes they can't keep their hands off you.
Yes.
Yeah, and those hands are rarely clean.
Yeah.
So they always want to touch your face as toddlers. They're always touching your face. And you're like, and this is pre-COVID. It was still disgusting. Post-COVID, it's even more disgusting.
Like I said, little snot gobblers.
I'll punt a baby.
Oh my God. All right, settle down, you two. So wait, I have a cute story. Can I give you a cute story?
Yeah.
Come on. So here's a complaint. Kids think they know it all, right? That's one of the complaints.
Right.
And my little nephew just turned 5. So she tried to tell him, hey, you have to do this thing. Put your thing away. He looks at her and goes, I don't have to listen to you. I'm a kindergartner now.
Oh,
like he's a big shot because he's in kindergarten.
Oh,
okay.
Yeah.
And he repeats it. I'm a kindergartner now.
Yes.
My youngest just started kindergarten. My partner was all excited to be able to walk him to class every day. And he's like, no, Dad, I got this now. Like after the first day, he's like, I'm Mr. Independent now. I'm
That's
good.
so funny.
Don't need you.
Nice. That's a boy. Boys will do that.
Oh, yeah.
All right. We got a couple more that we'll break down on the podcast broadcast. Plus, we're going to play the unedited conversation that we had with Tony Khan of AEW and so much more. So keep it right here. It's Rock 102.1 KFMA, or join us on the YouTube stream. It's where the party's at. YouTube.com/beefvegan. Clear. All right.
It is.
Yeah, I mean, in the touchy-feely thing, one of the kids right now, I'm noticing the way that he'll maybe touch our arm or something. It's very similar to how, the partners touch each other. Right? Like, touching an arm, not sexual or anything, but, he'll, pet it. It's, weird. I'm like, yeah. Don't touch me.
Now, look, so we got parents on here. Of course, Manny, Anthony, and Nick. So Anthony said the constant pulling on your arm nonstop. Yeah, that's one of those things. Manny wrote the constant Snapchat selfie crap. Oh my God. My daughter loves to drive me nuts by doing the what's the fucking joke? And I'm just like, you stop or I'll go to jail for
Murder.
Murder. Well, that's the whole thing too, is my 16-year-old will repeat a joke 17 times. And I'm like, dude, it didn't hit the first time. You tried it on 9 other people. Now you're trying to loop back. I'm like, let it go.
Right.
Let it go.
Yeah. So Vegan Egan said the late teens are pretty rough. I have an 18-year-old going through a fiscal responsibility journey right now. She wants nice things. Why I don't buy her nice. She's asking why I don't buy her nicer things. Yeah.
Because you're going to destroy them.
Well, shit, man. That's the thing with part of that is fiscally, my daughter's lifestyle now that she's gone vegan is just more expensive and she's just more things. I love her. And, yesterday I thought I was suspect of a text message I got from her because she texted me while I'm doing a show. And she said, out of nowhere, it's like, you're an amazing dad. I hope you're having a good morning so far.
Yeah, she wants something.
Right.
100%.
Right. I'm like, bitch, say what? So I wrote back. It took a couple hours. I acted like I didn't see it because I didn't know how to respond. I'm like, she is going to ask for something. But then I just text her, you okay?
Yeah.
And she's like, yes. I'm like, good. Because, Your text was sweet, but also random and a little sus. Now, if you want to talk teenage language, you got to be down with the lingo. Sus is retard for a suspect, short for a suspect. I know you're not supposed to say that anymore, but
The hard R is a big no there,
you're
buddy.
right. You're right. I should have said retard. And so she said, LOL, because I have been a little shit. Oh, she wrote, LOL, because I have been a little shit and you don't deserve that. And you're just trying your best. So thank you. So that was sweet.
Oh,
I
wow.
know. And I'm just like, are you getting suspended from school? Like, what
Did
happened?
she hit her head? Does she have a concussion?
Right.
Did
Yeah.
something happen?
Yeah.
You're just trying your best.
Yeah. I know.
She must have been listening to the show.
Right. It's a backwards compliment, right?
Backhanded compliment.
Backhanded compliment.
backhanded,
Thank you. Correcting me is a backwards compliment.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah.
Well,
Backhanded.
and to relate with vegan Negan, like my 18-year-old, same thing. Like I've sat down and we've talked about the budget thing. I said there's many ways to do it, things like that, but they are very much like they are just spending faster than they get that paycheck. And they have a pretty good job up at Hacienda. So like,
yeah.
And I'm like, I don't know what to do. Like you lead a horse to water, but you can't make them drink. So, you know, they
they'll
just have to figure it out on their own.
Right. So here's a couple things that was on the list that we didn't get to. They follow you everywhere. So goodbye to privacy, which I mean, that is what it is. I didn't mind that. Not being able to take a day off when you're sick. Yes.
Oh my God.
That is the most difficult where you secretly hate them. Hell, I mean, when I was doing the Mr. Mom, when I was dad by myself, when my daughter couldn't even talk, right? She's 18 months old and just crying and nonstop crying. And then you do everything. You feed them, you burp them, you change them. And it got to a point I was like, what else did I do? I was like freaking out on her. Like, I didn't even know. I'm like, I don't know what else to do. You know, like I'm here, right?
Let them cry it out.
Right. Yeah. Which is good.
Yeah.
Makes work harder, all the extra cooking, you know, and dealing with other parents' nonsense. So you have to pretend that you like them. So when you're doing the stage mom shit or the cheer mom
PTO crap, pickup.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Yeah. None of that. I wasn't a fan of any of that.
I don't like small talk. So like that's really difficult for me. So like I'll volunteer for the big things, right? Like a field trip or like a volunteer day, things like that. But that like daily morning, let's do some small talk, fake BS. I can't handle it. So I don't.
Yeah, that's a good call. One mom admitted that she secretly hates her kid for ruining her body. You know, so
I get a lot of these complaints are really basic and dumb, and I thought they would be more nuanced. Like,
okay.
I don't have any. I'm not alone. Yeah, you had a kid. My body's different. You had a kid. Like all of these are just you had the kid.
Okay,
it has nothing to do with the kid's behavior.
Okay,
you
what
had
about
a kid.
this? So I will be just at home doing my thing, getting some cleaning done, and then I have a very important call at 4:00 in the afternoon. Kid leaves me alone all day until that call. It's some kind of universal law. Then suddenly everything on the planet is wrong.
Did you tell them that you had an important call at 4:00? Well,
no, just finally getting on the phone.
This is a don't have kid shit guy right here.
Right.
So this guy don't know.
No, that's fine. I respect it.
I understand.
Respect it.
Like I know you want to be a dad, and you're going to be a great dad when you become a dad.
Right.
But
and am I going to complain half as much as I think most people? I don't think I'm going to.
Once you get ran through the ringer, yes, you don't know.
You remind me of one of my partners, like, and he will make the complaints.
Yeah.
And he's a really good dad. He will sit on the floor and fully, commit to the pretending and the card games and all that. Yeah.
Playing games is the fun stuff,
right?
Bro. There's,
being the boss is the part I, of course, don't like. I get to be fun uncle, not go brush your teeth.
Yes. Right. So and it's good. It comes from an innocent place,
right?
Of a little naivety, and that's fine. But once you have the kids and then you've been through the ringer after a while, then you kind of, in hindsight, you're like, yeah, actually, fuck them for several different reasons.
You'll be coming to the group meeting, smoking your cigarette, like, God, this one time.
Yeah. I mean, I love them. I wouldn't change a thing.
Right.
I hate those motherfuckers too. So it's
there is some taxi days. Like I always say, I'm like, kids are awful, but God, they're amazing and beautiful.
Yes.
Like that's what I say all the time.
Yeah, and I do love my daughter.
I love all my children.
Yeah, I know. Can you love 5 equally? I mean, after
oh no, I would 100% make them compete to be my favorite. Like I will tell them, like, you're my favorite today, and all the other kids are like, what the fuck? And I'm like, try harder.
Yeah, nice. That's a good. I like that strategy. A little competition really is beneficial. It really helps people out. There could be some positives to it.
I'll pay for the therapy. It'll be fine.
I would set up some kind of chore challenge. Like the challenge, but like time chore
like
event.
road rules style or something.
Yeah,
that could be fun.
Yeah, a little rope swing action, and then you spray them while they're mopping, whatever. This video that I got pulled up here is another viral video. Now, some people are on the fence with this. Now, the backstory is that the wedding singer was hired by an ex that cheated on her. And so they hired this wedding singer to sing at this guy's wedding who cheated on his ex. And she sang Before He Cheats, which I love that song, to be honest with you. Now,
is this a revenge thing?
This is kind of a revenge thing. So, is the ex-girlfriend of the man who got married hired the wedding singer for their wedding somehow, some way to sing Before He Cheats. Now, if you're looking, or you're feeling a little skeptical about it, which I just saw your face, you're not alone. There are people who are like fucking fake. I'll let you guys be the judge. You can see everybody's reaction in this wedding video, and again, it's gone viral on TikTok. I think something along the lines like 10 million views. So let's check this out. Here's this chick singing to the husband who just got married, who was a cheater. She sings good though.
Yeah.
Oh, threw the drink in his face, pushed him away.
So wait, is that the ex singing?
No, it's not the ex singing. But see, that's another thing. So is it the ex singing? You're like, no, it's not.
I wonder if that's the chick that he cheated on her with that he just married too.
No.
Oh, okay.
All right. So this is the information I got. Is that a woman whose band was hired to perform at a wedding was surprised to find out. Okay. No. Okay, you're right. So the woman whose band was hired to perform at the wedding was surprised to find out that the person who hired them was her ex, who had dated her 5 years before cheating on her. So it was 5 years into the relationship, cheated on her. Now, at that point, first off, if you dated a girl 5 years and you know what her fucking side gig is, you're probably not going to look into getting a live band. You might just go with the DJ.
I wonder if it was the new wife and then she just didn't say anything. Like, yeah, I hired a live band. No big deal. And then he just didn't look into it.
Well, at that point, Alexandra Starr, who has a beautiful voice and a cute looking girl, I wouldn't cheat on that girl, made the decision to go ahead with the performance, but surprised the new bride and groom with Before He Cheats, which is an excellent song, before throwing a glass of water in the groom's face. Now, there were people interjecting, and it did look like people in the video were all like, what the hell's going on?
Right.
So do you think it's fake or just elaborately staged and well staged?
I didn't see who threw the drink because it's
the girl who was singing.
So the girl who was singing threw the drink in the groom's face.
It looks like the groom went up to maybe try to get it to stop, but at what point would the groom have seen the live band and been like, "Oh shit, that's my ex"? You know what I mean? Like at some point. So I don't know. Oh, I don't know now.
All right. Well, so Star posted video clips of the performance on TikTok, has over 10 million views so far, with some saying it was staged. Star says the entire thing was real, and her ex didn't know that she was a singer for the band he hired. So again, maybe
he
another
was
reason
just focused on his bride.
Possibly, but that's just another reason to hire a DJ.
Yeah.
He's
Got
a
it.
DJ.
I know.
Yeah. All right. Did you know that Brad Pitt's an artist?
What type of artist?
Like a painting artist.
Like with paint? Okay.
Yeah, with like
Like
paint.
Jim Carrey?
Yeah, like Jim Carrey.
All right, then.
Exactly. In fact, actually, I should have. I don't know why I got the TMZ link, but I should have.
Yeah, that
I
photo
feel like
looks
that's
very real.
photoshopped.
It's obviously him.
Yes.
Being
Okay.
an artist.
Yeah. Thanks, guys. Yeah. Well, that's not what I wanted. I wanted the pictures of his paintings. Well, he did actually do some kind of art show. And yeah, I don't have it. So yeah, but they made a bunch of money. So the good news for Brad Pitt is he made some money.
Thank goodness.
Go Google Brad Pitt's art. You'll enjoy it.
All right. Let's get into, we got 51 seconds here. Got a couple things to cover, and then we'll play the Tony Khan interview, like I was promising for, I don't know, an hour and a half. All right, so 38 seconds. And is there anything you want to touch on before we get into this next break, Powers?
No, why? No.
All right. I'm just seeing if there's anything that we're missing, so you want to cover or talk about before we get in.
Nah, I think we're good.
All right, good. So I had
Good content, guys. Good content.
Don't call it out like that, weirdo.
Sorry.
You're making it more weirdo.
Yeah.
Yeah, well.
All right, 13 seconds. I'm just doing countdowns now. All right, and so I got stories about bars, 2 bar stories, back to back, in the not news. You ready for the not news?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Rocco on 2.1 KFMA. Welcome back to Beef Vegan Presents, ladies and gentlemen. This is the not news.
Breaking news.
All right, first off, there's a rabies warning that has been issued in North Dakota last week as an unnamed woman reportedly brought a captive raccoon into a bar. Now, this is not a good idea, obviously, to bring in a raccoon, even just to show it off. But essentially, that's what she did. She walked in drunk with the raccoon. This is a great setup for a joke. I just don't know what the punchline is. And showed off like, hey, this is Rocket. You want to buy Rocket a shot? Now, Rocket was an alcoholic, so the Rocket did partake in a little bit of drinking. And now there weren't any reports of raccoon biting anyone. So that's good, but North Dakota Health and Human Services Department still did issue a warning. Even contacting rabbit saliva can be a problem. So yeah, even if you shared a drink or a cigarette with that raccoon, you could get rabies.
Yeah.
So you should keep that in mind.
You don't want to share cigarettes with any raccoons either. Trash pandas, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, absolutely. So for future reference, don't bring raccoons into bars. So there's a rabies warning for that bar and a syphilis warning as well, because, you know, if the lady's bringing in a raccoon, you know she's been around. Also, in bar news.
Breaking news.
Yes. You know, what's the most bars or pubs you've gone to in one night?
1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to say 8.
8?
Maybe 8 on because we did like the bar hop on 2 of them were strip clubs. So it was, you know, what is it? The
down 4th Avenue.
Yeah, no, in New York.
Oh,
for groom was getting married. What is it called?
Bachelor party.
That thing, yes. That thing, yes.
Okay.
What about you? Drinking, you can tell.
Yes. What about you, weirdo? What's the most bars or pubs you've been to in one night?
I'd say 5 or 6, but again, because 4th Avenue Congress, you know, a little bar hopping.
Yeah, and you know, I lived in Flagstaff for a little bit, which is fantastic. Much like Tucson, they would have a strip or 2 downtown that you can go from bar to bar. So me, probably around 8 as well is the max. Well, the reason why I bring this up is because Nathan Crimp of England broke a Guinness World Record by having a drink at 67 different pubs in a single 24-hour period.
That's pretty good.
Yes, the 22-year-old took on the record for the most pub visits in 24 hours, and he ended up visiting 67 pubs in that area.
How much did he drink at each one? A pint?
Yeah, I think he drank a pint at each one.
That's a lot.
Yeah, and he
Or
aimed to
take a
beat the
shot.
record of 56 pubs, and that was set by Gareth Murphy over the course of 10 hours in Wales earlier this year. So it's 2 records beat in 1 year. Now, of course, Nathan did a victory lap and was celebrating his Guinness Book of World Records, and he had to thank everyone that helped him, you know, be able to break this historic record. And he thanked his best friends and his mates from driving him from bar to bar, his mom for letting him know which bars are in the area, and most importantly, the MVP of the night, cocaine. It kept him up and drinking the entire time. Well, we'll be back with your beef tip right after this. It's Rocco on 2.1 KFMA. There's no way he didn't do cocaine after hitting up 67 pubs. Even if you're
in 24 hours, though.
yeah, like I'm not a fan
There's
of
got to be
cocaine,
a break.
but after like pub 14, I'll like the way it smells.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Yeah.
So, all right. So earlier this morning we talked with Tony Khan. That was a fantastic time. And he did a lot of plugging, but we did try to ask some hard-hitting questions, right? Did you feel like some of them were hard-hitting?
We got looser toward the end for sure.
Yeah, we got looser towards the
Again,
end.
you had the balls to ask him the questions. Why not?
That's right.
Good for you.
Look at me. Beef Vegan's got balls. All right.
They're huge, I hear.
Huge.
Ginormous.
Talks about him all the time.
He's all ball.
Yeah. Balls are always coming out of his mouth.
Well, there's 2. Okay, guys.
What? Huh?
What the fuck are you doing?
I thought we were.
I'm sorry. Are you in business for? You going into business for yourself right
Never.
now? I'm trying to.
I'm promoting your balls.
No, you're going into business for yourself. All right. Look at you. We're talking about Tony Khan, and he goes CM Punk on me.
Never.
Yes. All right. Here's the picture.
Oh, there you go.
There you go. All right.
Okay.
Here, check out our conversation with Tony Khan. and went a little something like this. All right, Rock 102.1 KFMA. Please welcome back to the show a very special guest. He is the CEO of AEW. They got a huge event coming up. I got the one and only Tony Khan. Good morning, Tony.
Good morning, Beef. How are you, my friend?
Good, dude. You know, I mean, last I talked with you, it was like about a month and a half ago. And it seems like nothing eventful has been happening with you at all.
Nothing.
Not at all.
Well, a lot of things happening, including the biggest event in TV wrestling tomorrow night, AEW Dynamite Grand Slam, kicking off our biggest week of TV. And there's a lot of exciting things in AEW, and it starts with Grand Slam Tournament of Champions, and it's going to be a great week.
Yeah, now, so, I mean, you're becoming synonymous with these pay-per-view style events on TNT. Grand Slam's going to be one of them, and you're going to crown a new heavyweight champion during Grand Slam, right?
Absolutely. Well, we're going to start Wednesday on TBS with 2 hours live. Tomorrow night, it'll be on 8 p.m. Pacific on TBS West, or if you can get the East Coast feed of TBS, you can actually watch it live at 5. So it's on TBS Wednesday and TNT Friday, split across 2 great nights. One big week of pro wrestling, Grand Slam, 4 hours this week across TBS and TNT.
You know, with everything that's been going on, what's been the biggest challenge for you? Because you're living in the like wrestling fans' dream, right? To be able to own your own federation and you know, have the company. Now, you went in, you're a very intelligent man, you have the resources, you knew what to expect, but there's got to be plenty of things that you didn't expect. What's been your biggest challenge that you've found yourself having to overcome in operating you know, your own company like AEW?
Well, I am very fortunate to be in a position to put great wrestling shows on every Wednesday on TBS, every Friday on TNT, and it starts with great wrestlers and great people backstage. So, you know, it can be challenging sometimes getting the best wrestlers, getting the best matches put together, getting these guys, these women in the ring fighting each other. But, you know, right now, things are running really smoothly. I mean, we're on our best run of ratings we've had in a year.
Yes.
You know, Dynamite last week was the highest rating we've had in 51 weeks, which bodes pretty great going into Grand Slam tomorrow night on TBS.
It's huge.
So we're as hot as we've ever been right now.
Yeah, and your demo's been huge, and congratulations on all that as well. Yeah, it continues to grow, and you know, the product continues to be strong. What's going to be the future with the trios titles? Because I know that you had to do a title change, and there was a different update to the tournament, but there isn't that many trio teams. How deep will the trio division end up growing on AEW?
Well, we started with 8 great teams in the trios championship tournament, and honestly, we had a lot of great trios that didn't make that grade 8.
Right.
So I do believe we have a lot of trios, and there's certainly a lot of great teams also all over the world that could come by for those belts. But we have great champions now in the Lucha Brothers and Pac, who's a double champion. Pac also the All-Atlantic champion in AEW, and he's going to defend that title in a huge match tomorrow night against his greatest rival, Orange Cassidy, going one-on-one. And it's the first time they've ever wrestled one-on-one for a championship. And that's going to happen live on TBS on AEW Dynamite tomorrow at Grand Slam. And it's just a stacked card of big matches just like that.
Yeah, I mean, you got 5 different title matches happening, and you are jam-packed from beginning to end. With Ring of Honor, you have Ring of Honor, of course, rocking and rolling to a certain extent. Are we going to see more Ring of Honor crossover in AEW Dynamite here in the future? I know we've had matches for sure, but there's still people on the roster of Ring of Honor that haven't appeared on AEW TV. What's the plan going forward with that?
Well, I think for Ring of Honor, hopefully we'll have more great events coming up. I know for a fact we're going to have more great events, and I'd love to expand it into weekly events. But right now, we've had such a great experience doing the first ever Ring of Honor pay-per-view in collaboration with Warner Brothers Discovery, which is the media partner of AEW.
Mm-hmm.
We had Ring of Honor Death Before Dishonor a few months back on Bleacher Report and all the cable and satellite systems, and it ended up being one of the most successful events in Ring of Honor's 20-year history.
Yeah, that's amazing.
It was not only one of the most successful live events, but also one of the biggest pay-per-views they ever did. And immediately we knew we were going to do more of these pay-per-view events for Ring of Honor. And now the question is, how do we expand that into weekly programming? We got 3 great hours every week with AEW. This week is special with Grand Slam because there's 4 hours, not just 2 hours tomorrow night of our very best on AEW Dynamite Live, but also this really packed, the biggest episode of Rampage all year, 2 hours on Friday night also. So I believe Wednesdays on TBS, Fridays on TNT, week in, week out, trying to have the best and the biggest matches, but this will be the best example you'll ever see this week, and that includes some of the top stars from Ring of Honor, including the Ring of Honor World Champion Claudio Castagnoli wrestling tomorrow night, defending the championship against Chris Jericho, who has won championships all over pro wrestling. As he said, he's been the champion of Chris Jericho has been the world champion of WWF, WCW, WWE, and AEW, and now going to fight Claudio Castagnoli for a chance to become the Ring of Honor world champion for the first time. So that, maybe we'll know even more about the future of Ring of Honor, the world championship, and certainly will be a part of AEW and look for Ring of Honor to return to pay-per-view, and I'll keep working hard to bring Ring of Honor back every week for the fans.
I love that, and I love the motivation for Jericho to get that title, just to continue to put another, feather in his cap.
Heck yeah.
Tony, where's the best muffin shop in Jacksonville?
That's a good question.
Yeah,
I need to know right now.
I'm not a big muffin guy to begin with, and now I'm less of a muffin guy than ever. But I have to say,
I wonder why. Low carb. It's good mythology.
Yeah, it is low carb.
We were going to suggest.
I try to.
Go ahead.
I try to keep it like mostly meat and vegetables and fish and fruit. But for you guys, if you have a recommendation of one around Tucson, let me know. I'd love to check it out.
Yeah. Once AEW comes to Tucson, which you should plan on here soon, that would be fantastic. We'll give you a heads up of the best taco spots. I don't know about muffins, but we know about tacos.
I scout college football, and I know your coaching staff very well. And you never know, if I'm out there checking out the Pac-12, I might be out there for my football scouting job.
You do. I'll take you out to tacos. I promise you that. All right. One last thing. We got to let you go. But is there any word on when we're going to find out about the suspensions, or is this something that you just can't talk about now?
I can't comment on that right now. I appreciate you asking, but 100% of my focus right now going to AEW Grand Slam starting tomorrow night on TBS. Wednesday Night Dynamite. It's the biggest week of the year for AEW TV, and we're going to make it real special. I promise you, Beef.
All right, and that's Tony Khan, the king of the answer, no answer. So, but I expected as much, and I don't blame him for it either. This is something that's pretty sketchy with his little suspensions of his executive vice presidents.
Yeah.
What's he going to do?
It's a legal matter.
Yeah, that's right. Rocco on 2.1 KFMA. Welcome back to Beef Vegan Presents. We're almost out of time. I do have a pair of tickets to give away on the way out the door, though. I will hook somebody up with tickets for Dirty Honey and Dorothy performing at the Rialto Theater. So call number 10 right now, 600 KFMA, 600-5362. I'll go ahead and hook you up with those tickets. You can see them live October 5th at the Rialto. All right, let's get into the beef tip. Tomorrow morning, we're going to have Flying Half Full in studio for the podcast broadcast.
Nice.
That's fantastic. They were our winners of Steal the Show, Win the Dough. And they're a fantastic band. They get a brand new music video to debut with us. Plus, we'll continue to give away tons of things, including Black Keys tickets and Dirty Honey and Dorothy tickets, plus tickets for the Arizona Coyotes, who are playing this Sunday at the TCC for some NHL preseason action. Tickets available now, TucsonRoadrunners.com. All right, let's get into your beef tip here. And your beef tip, I came across 4 small, pretty, petty quirks that eventually become relationship killers.
Okay.
So here they are. Netflix incapability in both in the shows you like and your watching platform. Being bad at sharing when one person misses social cues, and food incompatibility, right? So if you don't like the same food. But I will say this as far as my beef tip on the food part. If you are growing up as a bachelor and you're used to eating garbage, and then you meet a beautiful woman who agrees to have sex with you, but she likes to eat, vegetables, shut the F up and eat the vegetables, man. They're good for you. It's okay. As long as she continues to, let you see her naked. I think eating vegetables every now and then is a good trade. And that's my beef tip. It doesn't always have to be food compatibility because the food that you like normally 9 times out of 10 is killing you fastly. So let it be incompatible. Eat whatever quinoa, kale BS she's feeding you and just know that it's probably going to help your performance in bed later on. That's your beef tip. All right. Thank you, Weirdo, for coming in. We'll see you Thursday.
Yep.
Powers, you'll be in tomorrow as well. Robin Nash is up next. You're listening for that song to be played for the When We Were Young Music Festival. And just keep that in mind because I told you when that song was going to be played at 7:30. We'll do that again tomorrow morning at 7:30 as well. All right. That's all the housekeeping. We got to get out of here. You guys enjoy the rest of your day. Drive safe, ride safe. And as always, rock local. Later.
When you wish upon a side of beef,
thank you guys.
Soon will come an end to all your grief.
What?
But if you've been mean or kind of bad, I will knock out all your teeth.